Top 10 Rarest Animals. Do you remember fantasizing about being able to see a majestic animal as a kid, like a lion? Unfortunately, lions are gradually diminishing due to poaching, and they may be in the realm of extinction one day, leaving their majesty to children's imaginations. But despite their decline in numbers, lions are faring a lot better than some other species. The sighting of these critically endangered species in their natural habitat is almost impossible, making them the rarest kinds on Earth. What up, better believers? Coming up in this video, let's raise our glass to 10 of the rarest animals on Earth. Maybe by building some awareness, we can help them become protected. Let's begin. Regally striding into our 10th spot is the Amur leopard. Also known as the Korean leopard, this majestic creature was named after the river where it nearly resides in the southeastern part of Russia and north of China. This big cat is different from savanna leopards, for it has thick fur that protects it from extremely cold weather and large paws that enable it to walk in snow without sinking. Although it weighs a mere 80 pounds, that's about 30 pounds less than an African leopard, it can still prey on animals twice or thrice its size. It is also capable of jumping 19 feet horizontally, 10 feet vertically, and running up to 37 miles per hour. Wow! Like other cats, the Korean leopard prefers a life of solitude, but uniquely it has been reported that some males stay with females after mating to help with rearing their young. Doesn't sound like the "I'll eat our young if you don't hunt" attitude of a bull lion. Anyway, in 2007, less than 30 Amur leopards were in existence, making them the rarest cat in the world. The good thing is that in 2012, 647,400 acres became an asylum named the Land of the Leopard Park. This refuge carries strict laws to protect the cats, helping grow the population of the Amur leopard to 80 in 2018. This next creature might have wished to be as fast as its kin, the pronghorn. Maybe it could have escaped more easily. Traipsing into our 9th spot is the addax, or white antelope. You will definitely not see a white antelope roaming around Sahara Desert, for their numbers are less than 100, with the total population in the wild coming in at less than 500. Addax are mostly scattered throughout different African countries like northeastern Niger, north-central Chad, northeastern Mali, eastern Mauritania, southern Libya, and northwestern Sudan. The addax is heavily built with weight ranging from 60 to 125 kilograms, has short legs and broad flat hooves and flat soles, making it quite a slow runner and prone to being easily captured by predators such as leopards, lions, and hyenas. This rare antelope is a nocturnal creature that usually digs in the sand, lying around during the day and feeding on shrubs and grasses at night. Locals also preferred this creature's skin in making sandals and shoes, which made its population dwindle to near nothing. Although thousands have been raised for private collections across the USA and Middle East, this beautiful beast is still critically endangered. Oh, and before we move too far along, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications for the latest updates, or Bach will rise from the dead and eat your face off! Moby Dick is a fictional character, but we would not want this next massive creature to become a figment of our imagination. Swimming into our 8th spot is the astounding North Atlantic right whale. Weighing from 40,000 to 70,000 kilograms or 70 tons, and a length of 45 to 50 feet, can be found swimming along the Atlantic coast of North America, is rarely seen because its numbers have lessened to 400 whales. This mammal can travel a distance of 1,000 miles. It usually travels from the feeding area in the northeast of the United States and Canada down to the warm waters of southeast of the United States where it gives birth. Social Active Group, or SAG, is like a whale shindig. They get together at the surface of the water and interact with one another. This is how mating happens. The North Atlantic white whale communicates by utilizing low-frequency groans and moans. As early as the 11th century, the Basque, a European ethnic group, were the first to hunt whales commercially. This went on until the 19th century. From 1950 to 1970, Soviet whaling fleets slayed thousands of right whales. Heavy whaling contributed to the decline in the whale's population, but when whaling was prohibited, its numbers did not improve. Another reason for their decline is global warming. Due to the change in sea temperature, the number of plankton and other marine life has decreased, making food harder to come by for the whales. And a right whale needs to consume 2,500 pounds per day of zooplankton. Hopefully, through the efforts of conservationists, an increase in their numbers will materialize. Moving on. If you get to see this next creature, you might think it is totally wasted. Hovering in our 7th place is the northern bald ibis. This bird with a bald head, red face, and 130 to 135 millimeter beak, which is quite long, looks like it got so drunk that it turned red all over. The female ibis is smaller, ranging from 70 to 23 centimeters long, while the male ibis is bigger, ranging from 75 to 80 centimeters long. That's about 28 to 31.5 inches. An ibis can weigh from 0.8 to 1.4 kilograms. Your chance to spot this unusual bird increases only if you travel to Morocco and Syria, for these are the only places it inhabits. It previously roamed around Europe, Africa, and some parts of the Middle East too, but due to the decline in population, there are only 250 in the wild. It can't be found elsewhere. This bird preys on insects, spiders, and other small creatures. It can live up to 15 years if it is not hunted or killed by pesticide poisoning. In Turkey, the major threat is the use of pesticide to kill mosquitoes and other agricultural pests. But the ibis, among other birds, falls victim to it. Unfortunately, the ibis can't fight back against an invisible enemy, but our next spot is a different story. Climbing on our sixth spot is the Cross River gorilla. These elusive apes are currently the most endangered ape species, numbering about 200 to 300 apes in the wild. This magnificent gorilla inhabits the dense forests in the Cameroon and Nigerian borders near the Cross River. The Cross River gorilla is a subspecies of the western lowland gorilla that stands at around 4 to 5.5 feet and weighs up to 440 pounds. Cross River gorilla prefers fruit as its food, but when fruit is scarce, they will climb up a tree to feed on leaves and bark. According to a study published by the American Journal of Primatology in 2007, the researchers who had the opportunity to closely study the gorillas reported that it has learned to fight back. Usually gorillas tend to shy away from humans, but in a simple experiment where the researcher threw stones, it fought back by throwing a handful of grass and sticks. This observed aggression could be the result of human contact near its habitat. Deforestation and bushmeat hunting are some of the reasons why this creature is getting rarer and rarer every day. Would you pick a fight with a gorilla? Let us know in the comments section below. Alright, better believers, buckle up because we're moving on to our top 5. Sometimes just having a bad reputation can put one's life in peril. Ain't that the truth? Treading its way onto our 5th place is the Philippine crocodile. True to its name, this species is endemic to the Philippines. Because locals have the misconception that these beasts are man-eaters, many were killed on sight. Actually, an adult crocodile often feeds on big fish, civet cats, and boars, or whatever is available in marshes or other wetlands it inhabits. This freshwater creature will not specifically hunt humans, but if you happen to be near this species when it's hungry, it will try to eat you. Just stay out of its place and you'll be fine. Nowadays, even seeing one in the wild is not possible since poaching only left 100 of these crocs alive. Just like another splendid cat that has strolled into our 4th spot. The South China tiger was once found in China's provinces. However, none can be seen roaming the forests or grasslands, for none exist anymore. The only remaining population of less than 100 is in captivity. You can find these regal animals in Wencheng Park Zoo and Shanghai Zoo in China. This huge cat is actually the smallest tiger in Asia, but that does not prevent it from hunting large beasts such as cattle, pigs, and deer. One of the reasons of its decline in the 1950s was Mao Zedong's anti-pest campaign. Zedong actually considered this poor creature a pest and had it eliminated. What a tragedy. The good thing is that the Save China's Tigers organization and the Wildlife Research Center of the State Forestry Administration of China and the Chinese Tigers South Africa Trust begun their efforts to save the tiger by rewilding captive tigers or releasing tigers into the wild again. Trotting into our 3rd place is the mysterious Saola. This enchanting creature was called the Asian unicorn because, just like a unicorn, it is extremely elusive. Saola are similar to antelopes, goats, and other animals in the Bovidae family. Presently, little is known about this species since its recent discovery, having been found in 1992. Since then, due to the elusiveness of the Saola, it's only been photographed 3 times in the wild. If you want to try your luck at catching a glimpse of Saola, pack your bags and hike up onto the Ammonite Mountains just on the borders of Vietnam and Laos. Its total population cannot be determined, but it's assumed to be less than 500. Hey, here's a thought. Wouldn't it be great if we get to see magnificent creatures that lived during the Ice Age? Well, trampling onto our 2nd spot is the Sumatran rhino. This rhino has the closest resemblance to the extinct woolly rhinos of the Ice Age, and is also the only rhino with 2 horns. Sumatran rhinos used to be seen in different Asian countries, but presently it can only be found in Indonesia, with its numbers reaching to less than 100. Can you believe how people poach this animal just for its horns? Just because it's presumed to be an aphrodisiac? Another reason why this creature is rarely sighted is due to the habitat loss. Industrialization destroyed its habitat. It would be lost if this rhino, with roots possibly going back to ancient times, disappeared forever. And we're on to our number 1 spot. An aquatic mammal caps off our list because it's probably the rarest one throughout the entire animal kingdom. The vaquita is a porpoise that looks like a dolphin, but smaller and has no noticeable beak. This porpoise has a very limited habitat, for it only lives in the Gulf of California. To date, only 19 vaquitas are left in the wild, and there are none in captivity. Some conservationists attempted to breed this creature in captivity. However, the poor animal seemed so stressed, so researchers released it back to the sea. We can only hope that these creatures will continue to thrive in the sea and wish that their population will somehow increase. So there you have it, Better Believers, the top 10 rarest animals in the world. Do you know of any others we missed? Let us know in the comment section below. Oh, and if you found this video fun and interesting, check out one of these.